Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Michigan Record Club. My name is Bill Young, and I will be your host. I have a few new records I want to show off. There's a lot of them. I'm going to do it in two parts, hopefully. But I think you'll like today's selection. I got just about everything in here, so we will start right off. The first one I got is Muddy Waters, Big Bill Brunsey, or Brunsey, or something like that. This is great. Back in the day, Big Bill showed Muddy Waters around, so to speak, helped him out as a mentor. So, he owed a lot to Bill. And this was his way of showing, his affection. To thank him was to do this album, especially since he knew all the songs so well. And it is really good. It's on this type of chess label, and there's quite a story on the back, talks quite a bit about him. But I'm here to tell you that it's all good. Excellent record, especially if you like the blues. Muddy Waters is your man. All right, next we'll jump genres. And this one is, I'll take the plastic off. I can't. This one is so tight. This is the Tone Poet series. Grant Green was one of the go-to men in the stable of musicians at Blue Note. So he played with quite a few, jazz people. And I don't think there's even a single guy he didn't play with. That would be easier to talk about. This was one of his better albums, I was told, and I sure wasn't disappointed. On this album, he played with Ike Quebec, Sonny Clark on piano, Sam Jones on bass, and Louis Hayes on drums. And it is so smooth the way he plays the guitar. It is easy on the ears, so to speak. If you're looking for fancy guitar, he doesn't do much of that. He's just a jazz guitarist, so he makes the other people look good too. So, yeah, that is a Tone Poet. Boy, they make a nice package. Nice cardboard. I'm sure most of you guys know who are listening and are jazz people. But it sounds so good, so great, so crisp, so clean. All right, next up. A lot of people know who this one is. This is Yeti by Amandul 2. This is the deluxe edition. Comes on orange vinyl, and it sounds awesome. I compared it to the original one. I don't have the original one, but I listened to the original one at a friend's house, and yeah, this one is probably second to that, but it is great. It's really good. This is one of Amondul's highlights as far as their recording career. Very psychedelic sounding. This is their second album that they made. The deluxe edition has bonus tracks on it, which I love. You know, that's always great. It's a 2-record set, so, and yeah. Amondul 2. I got a couple of their records. I like them. As far as psych goes, they're kind of medium in the road. That one would be one of the more, fuzz guitar type psych sounds and stuff than some of their other ones. But I like all Amondul. Excuse me while I take a sip to wet the whistle. Next up, an old favorite, Pink Floyd. Let's grab this one. This is little bits and pieces off other albums, so it is not a must-have for any Pink Floyd collectors. It is a must-have if you are as deep as I am into Pink Floyd. And this one's called The Heart of the Sun, which is a song on the album, along with Astronomy Domain, Flaming, Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun, Let There Be More Light, Interstellar Overdrive. It's got a lot of the hits on it. And it comes on beautiful gold vinyl. And it sounds great for all you people who worry about colored vinyl. Yeah, that's one of the newer issues where the vinyl is great. It's hard as rocks. It records well. So this is my favorite of the bunch today. This is a psychedelic must in a collection. They traveled with 13th Floor Elevator quite a bit. They played at the Vulcan Gas Company, which was a venue. It was a venue where it was a new place that was built just for, bands to come and play. That seated more than 1,000. I think it seated like 2,500. Don't take me for that exactly. Look it up if you want. The Vulcan Gas Company. This is some of the posters that the Vulcan Gas Company set up. I don't know if I move in, if you can see them any better or not. But yeah, I would die to have a couple of these hanging on my wall. They played with Grateful Dead, They played with Chevis Headband. Chevis Headband was another Texas psych group. Not quite my cup of tea, really. I mean, they were like a jug band, and I don't mean like the 13th floor elevator jug. This was more of a, I don't know. They had a saxophone player in here. They liked tom-toms. They had a lot of people, so there's a lot of harmonizing going on with a group of people. But that's Chevis Headband. This was more straight up psych rock. There's a couple songs in here that are just straight hard rock too. They could really get it on. But yeah, I just can't emphasize that album enough. I was looking for that one, and I was waiting to pull the trigger. They don't have that much out. They put out a few 45s. They did a little bit of traveling. They went out to California, and they felt like Texan lost in California, so they ended up going back to Texas, and they loved their hometown, or their home state. So next, we're moving on. Just got this one not long ago. This is Fleetwood Mac. This would be a live album in Boston, and this would be Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac. This has all their favorites. Well, actually, you see right here, it says Volume 1. And there's actually 3 albums, 3 nights they played. And the lineup was quite different every night. But a nice write-up. They start right out, it starts out with Black Magic Woman, which of course Santana went on to make more famous. Rattlesnake Shake. This has a lot of Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac songs. And they say that this was towards the end of the band, you know, just before Peter Green left. He left the band when they got back over to the UK. Peter Green was such a blues purist that he knew that this band it sounded too much like rock and roll to him, and he wanted to find a more bluesy sound. And I forget where he went to after this, after he left Fleetwood Mac. Most of you who really love Fleetwood Mac would know. But that's the first time it's been out on 3 albums. They did 1 album. And of course, we're going to end up with Ozzy. This is the Madman's last album, and this one's entitled Ordinary Man. Is that an ordinary looking guy to you? This was a indie special, and I got it at I bought it at my local record store here in town, Radio Wasteland Records. I don't know what he's taking a leak on. I guess watering the flowers. I hope he's not pissing on the wall of what was that in San Antonio? There's the centerfold. This has songs done with Post Malone, song done with Elton John, and I actually like this record better than his last two records. I wished I had his last two records because the last one, it goes for like $250, but this one I think is already outsold the other two combined, but very, very good album by Ozzy. I hope he's around a little bit longer, but I know his health isn't doing too good. There was a contest along with that record there that you could go have dinner with Ozzy and Sharon if you win. That would be interesting. But I end it here, and I thank you again for showing up and sticking with me. I appreciate it, and as Mazzy says, I love you all, and I do want you to stay safe. I know it's a different world out there now, but thanks again.